Terrifying. That's terrifying. That sends chills. Anyway, this render is amazing. This specific one, and then you scroll down and see this garbage. I hate it. But let's go through the rest of them, shall we? Let's, that's very loud. So, Piranha Plant. Now that Sora has been announced, I hate this character with a passion. I'm still waiting on Sakurai to tell us that this character was a joke and that they're going to remove her from the game very shortly. This is the only only Mario character we got in the entire game. That's brand new. Do they have a picture of it? Because this character has a Paper Mario reference in her moveset as well. Right here. So I have even more grounds to hate this character because it took everything I've ever wanted away from me after waiting 20 years. Nobody wanted this. Nobody asked for this. Nobody plays this character. This was a waste of everything. I hate this thing. It's dumb. Most people forget this character's even in the game. And I hate it. There's nothing positive I can say about this character. This is probably my least favorite character in the entire game, as far as an addition goes. And that's saying a lot because most of the characters I hate in this game are DLC. And then next up is the funny boy, Sato Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! This character was announced like 5 minutes before the game came out. I don't care what their justification is for it, honestly, Archive. Piranha Plant is garbage. It's garbage. I hate it. It was a waste of development time that they could have worked on doing anything else with anything. But as far as the funny boy is concerned, I was waiting in line to pick up my copy of the game, and everyone was like, they announced Joker from Persona, and I'm just like, what? Because this is one of those characters where I never would have seen this coming. I don't care about Persona. I don't care about this character. This character is one of probably one of the few characters they picked for DLC that makes sense to be paid for. Yeah, there's that too, is that he's so new. And a lot of my problems with most of the DLC is that they should have been in the base roster if they were going to pick them at all. You're going to see that as a recurring theme multiple times over. And Joker is not one of them, but I never would have picked him. I never would have picked an SMT or Persona character over a Tails character. Ever. Or Dragon Quest. Those two, I think, come first, and I just don't think Joker... It's not that I don't think he deserved it. It's just so, like... Why? Thoughts of Donkey Kong Jr. being the next Smash game? Donkey Kong who? Nintendo doesn't even remember that character. So these next two characters, Hiro and Banjo, were leaked like, I think a month or two before they were actually revealed. And everyone thought it was going to be Erdrick. No one foresaw the 4 heroes being a thing. Initially I was like, okay, whatever, this character's fine. This is one of those characters where I think it would make more sense as a base roster pick than pay for this, because, like, Dragon Quest is super popular, and at least, because, like, international appeal is something that Sakurai takes into account. And I know in Japan this probably kills as a DLC pick, but here in America, this isn't... Nobody cares about Dragon Quest that way. Like, it's Final Fantasy, Pokemon, JRPGs like Dragon Quest aren't very... Like, Dragon Quest 11 was pretty popular, but, like, I don't even know what Dragon Quest 10 looks like. Let's Google it. What game is Dragon Quest X? No one talks about this game. I've never seen this before in my life. Point being. I mean, I guess that's fair. So, since these characters were revealed back to back, Japan got Hiro and we got Banjo. I don't know. I feel like this character, and especially Banjo, since we're talking about him already, deserve to be in the base roster, and this character needed to be in Smash 20 years ago. The fact that this character is built like a Melee character and wasn't in Melee is a crime. I have never played Banjo-Kazooie before he was added into Smash. I played the first level, I think last year, maybe 2 years ago now. And I 100%ed it, and then I played, I think, Treasure Trove Cove, and then turned the game off and haven't turned it back on. I don't really like Banjo and Kazooie. The character itself I'm fine with, but it should have been a base roster mainstay 20 years ago. Terry is a hard character to talk about. First of all, this is his worst color. Don't use this color. Leather Terry is disgusting. Banjo was a legal nightmare, but at the same time, they shouldn't have, like... Microsoft doesn't even deserve to own Banjo. Honestly. Mr. Terry Bogard, I have a complicated thought process on, because this character deserves it due to his legacy with Smash specifically. Because Smash wouldn't exist without King of Fighters or Fatal Fury or whatever he was playing, I don't remember. But was it really necessary? Did we really need to add this character in the game? I don't think so. He's one of the more fun DLC characters. I'll give him that. Like, he's fun to play as. But other than that, it's Terry. Who cares? And Byleth. I said at the beginning of this that I play Byleth. I really enjoy this character. I think Byleth is one of the coolest characters in competitive play. And I was thinking that even before MKLeo decided to destroy the universe with this character. And I'm a big Fire Emblem fan. That being said, I was adamant before this character was announced that we did not need a single new Fire Emblem character from the game. We didn't need any of them. Chrom was perfect. Chrom was the cherry on top. We didn't need anyone else. That was fine. But if we had to get one, I wanted Edelgard. Because I believe that Edelgard is the most marketable character from Three Houses. Most interesting character from Three Houses. Has a unique weapon that we haven't seen among Fire Emblem fighters yet. Or any Smash fighters. No one uses an axe in general. I mean, Belmonts do, sort of, but that doesn't really count. And I don't particularly agree that she sticks out like a sore thumb moop. I do think it's a little odd that they picked this character, because if you've played Three Houses, and I'm not going to spoil much of that game, because not everyone has, but you can remove Byleth from the game and the story does not change. Byleth doesn't exist, pretty much. Also, this character is like, you turn on every like horny fetish on the planet and then don't turn them off. Like, you got a teacher in a trench coat and thigh-high boots, lace leggings, tummy showing, you know, that whole thing that they had to reduce in Smash. Long hair, trench coat, just the whole, she's big titty, goth GF. Like, it's a whole thing. It's just too much. I was never a fan of Byleth's design, but this character is very fun. Also, Byleth was a terrible, terrible pick for the last fighter of Pass 1. Terrible. That being said, I love this character. I love playing as them, but they don't deserve to be in the game. And then we come to Fighter Pass 2. Fighter Pass 2 is something I wish I could refund. Fighter Pass 2 is one of the biggest wastes of money I have ever had. I remember when they announced that the next fighter was going to be from ARMS. I was at work. When I saw that ugly yellow image, I was mad for like a week straight. I was mad until they revealed who it was. And the only way I could temper any sort of rage was like, maybe it'll be Twintel, maybe it'll be the first black character we get in the game. Maybe it'll be a cool female character that's like awesome. Twintel's best case scenario, Min Min's second best case. Worst case scenario was Springman, and nightmare scenario was what was the name? Bark and Bite, the cop, because this was happening during the BLM riots too, or sorry, BLM protests, and if you added like a really awesome black female character into Smash at that point, that would have been sick. But then we got Min Min, who nobody likes. Because nobody likes ARMS. No one does. No one likes ARMS. If you like ARMS, you're lying to yourself. Everyone in the game, everybody who doesn't play this character hates them, and everyone who plays them gets bullied relentlessly. It's just a bad call. I don't know how Sakurai can keep making characters like this after Bayonetta, and knowing that everyone's going to just be mean to them. This was just a bad call on Nintendo's part. Terrible, terrible call. Terrible character. It's just no. And none of that's coming from Salt with like fighting the character, because I don't particularly care. And then it just I don't know, the character's like just annoying. I also think they're a little bit worse than people say, but I don't know, just a bad character, bad decision. And then we come to a character that's hard to talk about. So, a little bit of background for this character. For me. I am a very large Minecraft fan. I just don't really talk about it that much, because there's not a whole lot to talk about. This is one of the best-selling games of all time. I think it might be the best. I don't really remember what number one is. It's in top 10, I know that much. I've been playing Minecraft since beta 1.1.7, which was the patch right before they added ambient lighting for the torches. So I've been playing this game for 10 years. That being said, when I saw this trailer, I screamed. I was at my fiance's house, and my stepson was in school on Zoom, and I stepped outside to watch it in peace, so I wasn't disturbing him. And then he got put on break right when Mario burst through the wall. I just screamed. I said, "No!" Because Steve represents the worst possible outcome for representation in Smash. And by that, I mean this character fundamentally betrays what Minecraft is down to its core. Because Minecraft is not about fighting. It's not about combat. It's about mining and crafting. Minecraft's combat is so contentious, in fact, that there was an update called the Combat Update, I believe, something like that, that divided the community in two. I don't remember what patch it was in particular, but they changed the combat, and everybody, like half the community, hated it. So talking about combat within the Minecraft community is already a touchy subject. And then you add them into a fighting game? Like, no. Minecraft would be best represented as a Mii fighter set and a stage. Not a full-on fighter, in my opinion. Does Minecraft deserve representation? Absolutely. I just don't think a fighter is that. Of course, I was wrong, because, here they are. But it doesn't mean that I have to agree with that decision. And I actually have a couple positive things to say about the next two. I'm not too happy with these two characters, but Sephiroth specifically. Like I said, I've never played Final Fantasy. I think Villager shouldn't be a fighter then. It's different because it's the first party character. I wouldn't have put Villager in myself either. I thought a stage was fine enough. But that is a good point. That is a good point. I never really thought about Villager that way, because Villager is also the same issue. Is that Villager fundamentally betrays what Animal Crossing is as a whole. However, that type of character is pretty inevitable, which is why I don't really like Isabelle in the game, honestly. Yeah, I mean, Villager does fight by setting up traps, which is pretty akin to how he gets rid of villagers in his own game. So it's not too out of character. But as for Sephiroth, I've never played Final Fantasy. I don't plan on ever playing a Final Fantasy. They just don't interest me. This is the best possible choice for a second Final Fantasy VII rep, because I think someone like Tifa, while she would deserve it to a degree, I think that it would be like, why pick Tifa when you could pick Sephiroth or Noctis or Lightning or someone else? Tifa would be cool, but there are other more relevant characters to represent other games. But when you pick Sephiroth, like the original anime swordman villain, this is a perfect pick. I never thought this would ever come. He is the second character. I don't know who Terra is. I'm sorry. I don't know much about Final Fantasy. He's the second DLC character that they picked for this game that makes sense to be paid DLC. I think his impact would be lessened if he was a base roster character with Cloud. And also on that metric, I also want to address the fact that I think that Sephiroth is the most boring character in the game. He's really fun to play. I fall asleep watching him, and I fall asleep fighting him. Like, this character I have so many mixed opinions about. Because he's a fantastic addition, I just think he's really boring. And then Aegis. I know this character is getting a lot of hate lately, because they're very easy to use. This character is the only DLC character that makes me legitimately happy. To a degree. Because my middle brother, because I'm the youngest of three, my middle brother, his favorite game of all time is Xenoblade Chronicles. My oldest brother, his favorite character of all time was Chrom, so they both got the character they wanted in this game. Albeit, my brother wanted Rex instead, but, I mean, this is just a better outcome. So I was happy for him. Just because, these characters got shafted on the base roster anyway. Which, to a point, they should have been in the base game. Or Fighter Pass 1 at the very least. But, here they are. Being shafted all the way down. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't really have any opinions other than that. They're fun characters. They deserve to be in the game. Yeah, hit that gray cross. I'm kind of happy it's not Rex, because I think Rex has a terrible character design, and he's really annoying. Like, what is this little, Mormon underwear he's wearing? I hate it. I hate this. The worst part is that he looks so much cooler in the concept art. So did Pyro. Pyro looked much better. I hate these character designs, personally, but these characters looked so much better in the concept art. Yeah, here. Oh, that's really tiny. Okay. Here's Pyro. Pyro looked so much cooler. Sure, she's a little bit more what's going on here, but everything else, I love. And then, this tiny picture of Rex. Blonde Rex just looks better. I just love everything about this more. His outfit's not much different, but I just like it more. And then the last character to really talk about is Kazia. I don't really have any opinions on this character whatsoever. I don't play Tekken. I don't play Tekken at all. I played, I think, Tekken Tag 2 before. a couple times, and when I played it, I picked this Kazia specifically. So whatever this one's from is what I picked, like his default costume. It was on the Xbox 360. My brother had it, and I was like, okay, I'll play it. And my reaction to seeing Kazia was relief. Because Soccer Guys Bro makes Tekken. Sakurai doesn't make Tekken, but Bandai does. That's another point, is that I wish this was a Tails character instead. But I had relief when seeing this, because this was revealed at E3 of this year. And there was a rumor that... Yeah, I know Bandai also makes Smash, but I don't know why he was bringing up Sakurai. This should have been a Tails character, but there was that rumor leak that said this was going to be Master Chief, and I would have retired from the game if Master Chief was added to Smash. There are too many zoners as is, and I play in a state with an oversaturation of zoners, and I just don't want to deal with that stress. I'm tired of it. I don't want super buff McGun guy running around shooting me, and I can't do anything about it. I don't care. I don't want to fight it. It's boring, it's annoying, it's stupid. I hate characters like that. Just run up and fight me. Give him the plasma sword. Make him a sword character. That'll make everyone mad, and it'll be really funny. It'll make me happy. I'd play him, probably. Not much, but a little bit. Can't have guns in Smash, so we gotta give Snake grenades and C4. And... Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about the DLC. I feel like all of the DLC were bad picks, except for, like, these two. And I'm, like, marginally okay with them. Sora is a good pick for DLC, but I never would have picked him. Halo is an important gaming franchise, but so is Half-Life, and Half-Life's never going to be in Smash. I would argue Half-Life is significantly more important than Halo is. Because Halo would not exist without Half-Life. Half-Life is not highly overrated. Half-Life is the exact reason why most FPS games are the way they are. But yeah, that's pretty much like my thoughts on it. I think the DLC for Ultimate was mostly bad, and I'm just not happy with any of it, really. It's just missed opportunities all the way around. But hey, we're done. What's another 20 years waiting for my paperboy to come home?